What's poppin'? It's Kairos. You're entering Kairos realm. In this present moment in time, I will be presenting my own little theorem or systematic breakdown, my ordinance of seeing chakra and the substance of such things. Being able to sustain chakra within one's being while carrying out your will in existence. So first we have to speak upon what is chakra. Chakra is just living water. It's living motion, living existence itself, coming from chakma, the realm of materialization, or the realm that materialization comes from, also known as magic, or just a realm that is more fluid-like, in which the beings that are considered solid can interact with reality in a fluid type of mannerisms. Now, being upon the plane in which we are now dwelling more within them type of existences and beginning to know how to be in union and flow with such things as chakra. Almost in like there's this Netflix show called Doro Hidoro, right? Where they go into the explanation of how magic is dribbling down from one ecosystem to another. An ecosystem is merely just entities' consciousness. How your ordinance, how you are ordaining your the flow of your consciousness as entities, right? So when you have beings that are like lords of spirits, you know, different spiritual entities that are ruling just the overall succession of life coming into existence, you start to get different flows of energy into life itself, different mana fluctuations, so to say. But it's all chakma or chakra, just the flow of existence itself, water, moving motion, you know. So when talking about sustaining such things, you know, because everybody want to be like, you look at Naruto and stuff, um, you look at any type of magical type of shit. You want to have mana, you want to have chakra. You know, it's it's life. You know what I'm saying? It's a greater aspect of such things. But to be able to be a greater being, and when you're acknowledging that it's a greater aspect of reality, you must have the basis for such things. So before you just go into the realm of idealism, of just what you could do or the possibilities, what type of bases or pillars would you need to interact with such in existence itself? So when you talk about chakra and you look at these beings that are in chakra or in that realm itself, Naruto, right? Um, the way they're relating through reality is through a sense of knowingness, you know, to where everyone is a character or individual, but you know who you are. You have a natural expressions of oneself. So then we have to dive into our own philosophies upon our individuality. What are you? You know, talking about being a spirit in a body. Beyond having a herd type of consciousness, you have your own individuality beyond anything else. And that's your name. That's why you have a name, you know. But in this realm itself, you may take your name as something that's not in a great acquaintance to the movement of your existence. But like when you're a higher being or a greater individual, the way you will perceive who you are is with more clarity. You know, the movement of your emotion is related to my name itself, so I speak as I am. You know, I'm not necessarily talking in a manner to where I'm in others' conceptions. I'm always flowing freely. I'm never lost within another's thoughts, you know, because I come from freedom itself. You know, coming from this realm of existence, we travel through a lot of different philosophies, thoughts, and ideals, and now we're getting out of that place, you know, going into the realms of entertainment to where now we're jumping into, I would say, life. You know, actually enjoying existence and knowing how to cooperate with the natures that we are rather than trying to figure out who you are. You know, you're just being and letting that be the existence itself. But being in this reality, people have been here and you've been lost for a while. So you may take your lostness as being found. So first and foremost, you gotta have clarity. To be able to interact with any type of chakra shit, you gotta have a sense of peace. You can't have no friction in your frequency, vibration, and energy. You have to be calm in the likeness of who you are. Because these type of being ninjas and all that good stuff fucking with chakra, when they go into such things, they go into it in the mannerisms of peace. To where you gotta have some calmness and controlness over your realm itself. If you looking at life like shit just happened to you and that's like stuff happens to you and you ain't the happening, like life go on and then that's the reason why you acting this way, you ain't gonna never be able to do no chakra shit. Cause you don't have control over your own flows. You don't really have your own space. You don't have your own domain. You're still living in another's realm. You always within another's existence. If you don't got clarity, you don't got peace, your mind is not stable, you won't be able to do chakra in the first place. It takes a strong character. It takes a strong individual to be able to do chakra. You know? Now, when I say do chakra, there are different implications of chakra itself. You can take beings like Rock Lee and whatnot, to where they don't necessarily do chakra. They are chakra. They don't necessarily let the perception of who they are go out into existence and just be expressed in a magnanimous type of form to where like you can take them any type of way. It's not, I'm Rock Lee, so I'm motherfucking solid. All my chakra flows itself is just a flow of energy. I'm not dissipating any of my existence. I don't use my chakra in the sense in which you do. My chakra is my character. My chakra is who I am. It's talking about youth and spirit and all that. Instead of going around doing hand signs, I say youth. You know what I'm saying? That's my whole sigil. I just say youth. You know what I'm saying? Now that's like getting a sense of what chakra actually is and how it can be used upon, different type of plateaus itself. And when you actually talking about trying to do actually do something with chakra itself, you have to have flows of thyself that is capable with interacting with realms. So you have to have like similar to zodiacs, what I'm saying, like astrology, you gotta have your own ordinance of thyself. If you look at Naruto, how they got all the different hand signs and sigils and whatnot, they're kind of building up different zodiacs. They have different stabilities of who they are. You have to go out, this type of stuff I've been teaching. You have to go out here and do these type of things for yourself. You gotta find your own little favorite spirits. You gotta find your own little favorite whatever the fuck and tap in with it, and figure out what sigils and whatnot relate to such things, or how what you want to call such things if you are the first to come up with I said a sigil, but just like a jutsu, you know what I'm saying? It's nothing but a sigil. It's just me talking about like the actualities of my character. It's a movement of thyself. It's not necessarily something that you always have to train and program. Especially when you're the first being that's trying to make something like that into existence. For instance, like I don't know if they ever talked about like just how like they combine and make unions of all these different signs and sigils. Like I would do this for like bear, you know. Like alright, so I want to go in a state of listening, so I'm a bear. Alright, not only do I want to go in a state of listening, I want my listening to affect others. Since I want my listening to affect others, I'm going to make a whole impact. I'm going to see this as a peacock. So I got the bear, I got the peacock. These are like jutsus and flows and natures of life that I work on. So I got the bear, I got the peacock. After I got the bear and the peacock, because I want people to hear my silence in some way, shape, and form, or be aware of such things. Now I want to make it cry. I want to make it be a baby. I want to whine. That's what I see whine as. Like, something that's like, you gotta constantly pump and like grind wine and shit together for it to actually be made in that type of sense. So I see this as like a baby crying. What I'm saying? This would be the wine. After I get done whining, it's like, alright, now I wanna charge it. Since I actually have made the spaces and whatnot themselves, I'll do something to enact it. So now I'm using my energy as if I'm like and trying to like charge it and static electricity make something. Now I got a flow or already like an imaginary like I know how I'm gonna move with this jutsu itself. It'd be something I would consider like a chidori or something. I'm finna make a crying bird. I added my element to it, lightning. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to you got different natures and whatnot itself. So what I expelled into existence was lightning. That's what I just tried to do. But it's a whole lot of different stuff. You know, open your hand and whatnot. As you open your hand, it's like, all right, now I'm actually grasping the energy in Chidori itself. I may take a step back to empower myself further. So now, just like lightning, how all the static and shit be there, I'm making a tempest. I'm making a form of something. Now I want to make a boom. When I make my boom and shit, that's gonna be what makes the whole shock and makes the whole static electricity actually be able to be enacted. Then I can move with it. As I'm moving, striking with it, I already have a whole lightning strike in mind. You just see my body moving, but I already know I'm there because I'm moving as I'm moving as my knowingness. So I just made my whole being a knowingness, a lightning strike, an instance. You know what I'm saying? That's like jutsus and stuff. But that's applying jutsus to something. You still gotta do a whole lot of work just to be able to do such things. You need, like I say, meridian flows and stuff. They got little chi diagrams and acupuncture shits that help opening thyself to where it's like your flows are more rapid. But you have to control your flows. You have to meditate and hone in on yourself to where you know how to have a focus of who you are. When you moving and you diving into any aspect of your individuality, it's like you're all there. So you move as like a golden light. It's like honesty. You know what I'm saying? It's like that awareness of Christ. How we talk about Jesus Christ. That awareness of who you are. How you wake up in the day. How you go to sleep at night. That's just Christ. You working on that type of awareness. That's your chi. So now you got all your chi and shit. You can gathering your chi flows. Now you can start harnessing chakra. Those are the spaces for like just how you have blood. It's like created a new body. You know what I'm saying? So now you can start putting blood there. But you gotta pump this heart. This heart is like imagination. So you gotta hone in and focus on it. You know what I'm saying? It's something you gotta breathe and be with. So it's something you gotta it's like bringing it to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Just harnessing it. And then like the whole big swirling of energy and similar mannerisms of how I broke down just cultivation and whatnot itself in a further like diagram of it. Since chakra is moving motion, right? Moving motion is almost like a bubble. It's just like a moving image or a presentation of life. There are a whole lot of different chakras. There are a whole lot of different waters. There are a whole lot of different flows of existence. So when I'm trying to grasp chakra, I want to grasp the nature that's most suitable or akin to my own. So I'm going to look at what flows of life do I relate to. What's your favorite color? You know what I'm saying? What's your favorite vibe to be in? What type of beings do you like? What type of spaces do you like being in? Who are you in the light? How do people take you? Who do you perceive yourself to be? Shit like that. You don't get lost into that because you can always grow and become a greater being and overcome whatever like caring self you have to where you can, what I'm saying, just you're gonna always evolve and overcome the current naturalities of who you are. That's how life goes on. It should just continue. You know what I'm saying? To where you're gonna always evolve into a greater being of some type of sense. But you always gonna be getting these greater natures. But going throughout life, you go throughout a whole bunch of different natures. You got a whole bunch of different habitats. There's a whole bunch of different beings. There's a whole bunch of different likenesses of such things. And that's being a ninja. Knowing about nin, knowing about the expansion of existence itself. What is inwards going outwards. So all these different expressions of these souls out here in existence, you got to know about it. You gotta know about the soul. That's being a ninja. You know, and as you know more about the soul, you'll know more about chakra. You'll know more about chakma. You know, because chakma is just the soul itself. You know, and there's a whole bunch of different variations of such things. So, yeah. That'll be my breakdown for the basis of it. And like I say, in sustaining chakra, just to go into further details, because I missed some of these key points. You know, you got meridian points. You know, all these meridian points is really just like stars. You know, it's really just like galaxies. It's really just like different shapes and forms for stars, different portals. That's all it is. So all like the galaxy type of cultivation I've been teaching, that is exactly what the meridian shit is. And the greater perception you have of a galaxy and control over your cosmos, which is your conscious moving your cosmos, the more shit you can do. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like as you push yourself on like a galactical field of view, you be able to hone in on a lot of different greater spaces in life. Just like you got nebulas and galaxies and different star clusters, you can do the same such things with your body, ornating different ways to capture chakra, different ways to capture energy, and which you can go out and apply to jutsus. So yeah. That's it. And I don't really go no. It's all different type of ways it can really go. But yeah, that's like chakra, bro, and how to do it. You know, it's different. Well, how to apply it in life, in the sense of it. Goddamn me. You know, how to hone in on it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think that's about it. Other than that, you know, it takes a lot of work. It's not something you get within an instance. You know, it's something you gotta train on for hellas, and then there's so much different stuff on it. But this is just life. You know, it's like that's what life gonna forever be. So you may as well get on it now. You know what I'm saying? Like it's something that I see as like I wouldn't just display it necessarily to the world yet, but there's like no excuses for you not to be doing that in existence right now. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing else really going on. You know, to where it's like life is granting you the opportunity to evolve. Take it. You know what I'm saying? I know that's what I'm doing. You know, so yeah. Sustaining chakra and shit, man. Honing in on it, man. I see it all as like bubbles and shit. You know, like it's already like air is water, so it's a whole lot of bubbles throughout existence. You see how they be charging up chakra and shit in the games? It's just bubbles. So they just sucking up bubbles. So I'm just sucking up different forms of air throughout my being. And you can do that throughout all of your being and shit because you breathe through your skin too. So I can breathe in chakra throughout all of my entity. Then I get to some deep shit. I'm winning and shit like that. Hold on. I'll fuck around and get the sucking chakra in. Because I can suck shit in through my nose and shit. So that's a sense. So I can probably suck shit in through the rest of my being. And there's different ways to suck shit. No homo. You know what I'm saying? So I got a big ass just, cyclone of chakra just coming to a nigga. You know what I'm saying? And then as you focus and hone in on that in different ways, you make vortexes of that. You know, and it be vortexes of shit like that all around in different places. You gotta get outside and shit too. You know, but that's what meditation and all that shit is for. So you can really hone in on all this. But, hey, you know what I'm saying? Big Hashirama out here. I announce myself. No, those are